The Fox in Pink Class, written by Besnik Zahide. Even when we get stuck, there's always a way out, especially when someone kind is around. In a school full of color, with learning and cheer, each class had a name that all children held dear. There was yellow, silver, gold and green, and year ones learned happily in bold blue, orange and pink. One misty gray morning, with hardly a sound, the caretaker walked as he opened the grounds. He unlocked the doors, still sleepy and slow, with his keys in one hand and hot tea in tow. But just as he turned down the quiet hall, he heard a strange shuffle, a scurry, a small "Hello!" He called out, "Is someone in here?" But no voice replied, no sound did appear. He opened the classrooms, one door at a time, still sipping his tea and humming a rhyme. He thought, maybe a teacher arrived ahead, or a student was early and sleepy instead. Then zoom, past his foot, something furry dashed fast, a tail like a feather, a blur as it passed. What was that? He gasped, eyes wide as the moon, then quietly tiptoed to check the pink classroom. A fox had come in, with a bounce in his gait, and paws that had padded right in through the gate. But what was he doing in school on this day? What led him so far from the woodland and hay? Well, here's a little twist. The fox had been chasing a mouse through the bins. The mouse was quite cheeky. It zipped through the fog, then snuck through the playground, then under a log. The fox followed closely. It darted so quick, past yellow class and blue class and down through a brick. It scampered through pink class and under the mat. The fox gave a jump and got stuck just like that. Up in the pipes, above tables and chairs, he wiggled and squirmed, with his tail full of flares. He tried to back out. He gave it a try, but the pipes were too tight and a little too high. The caretaker waited, but nothing came out. He peeked in the classroom and gave a soft shout. Then up in the ceiling, past posters and lights, he saw the small ears sticking out from the pipes. "Oh, poor little thing," said the kind-hearted man. He fetched him some water as quick as he ran. But the fox wouldn't move, not an inch, not a paw. So he dialed for help and explained what he saw. The children arrived for their morning start, but couldn't go in. That room played no part. So they gathered their things and moved down the hall to learn somewhere else, with no pipes at all. The firefighters came with their ladders and tools, with helmets and coats and their rescue rules. They climbed and they clanged with a soft, steady pace, and gently helped Fox out of his tight space. The fox gave a blink, then a shake of his fur, and dashed down the hall in a little red blur. No one quite saw him slip out the back, not a whisper, a paw print, or tail in his track. Later that day, the children all drew the fox in the pipes, and the rescuers too. Some gave them goggles, a cape, and a name, the Pink Class Explorer, a fox with wild fame. This story is mostly true. One curious fox really did get stuck in the pipes above Pink Class in our school. With the help of our wonderful caretaker and some very brave firefighters, the fox was rescued safely and sent back on his way. Real stories make the best tales, especially with a little imagination. Moral of the story: sometimes we all find ourselves in sticky situations, up high, off track, or facing complications. But with kindness, help, and a little bit of care, there's always a way out and friends who'll be there.